けでも夢はない思い出がバカみたい It's a B week, so Bakumitai starts with the letter B. Hi, y'all. So, it's week 2, or should I say week B of the Alphabet Superset. And kind of taking in how last week went, there's a lot of stuff that, took me some time to process, like, oh, editing is a lot longer, and, I can design pretty quickly, but printing can take some time just because like I have to set up the time for it, and then also just how the outcome is. Like, I know the audio was off in the last video, but it was definitely fun and I enjoyed the process, and so I'm glad that so far so good with how week 2 is coming along. Now we're in week B, and I am actually really excited for this project because this week's theme for B is ball joint. And so the thing is, for the longest time, I've always wanted to implement like a ball joint in any of my design projects. I just never got around to it just because it was something that, I was like, oh, I gotta take some time figuring out how to measure out and evaluate. And so always gave up on it. But since we just isolated it to the one in this keychain project, it was fun, and I now have like a better sense of like what I need to do for the tolerancing. While initially it was gonna be something like of a ball with the shaft and then the receptacle with the keychain ring, while I was designing it, I actually thought about the Cartoon Network avatars from like the mid 2000s. I don't know if anyone remembers those. And so I decided to make a little figure out of the keychain. And so it did take me a couple tries to get the tolerancing, but nonetheless, we got the boy right here. So you can kind of see it's we got a little chubby belly, little feetsy weetsies, and then a flat back, and then the head is a ball joint. So yeah, my ball joint keychain project is this little goober. The cool thing about it is that it's a ball and a receptacle, and because of this mate, it has 2 or 3 degrees of motion, and it can be best explained honestly with how I designed this, with the head here. You can see that we got pitch for we got pitch, we got yaw, and we got roll. And you can see it by yes being pitch, no being yaw, and then head bobbing being the roll. So yeah, I mean, the fact that you can get all these degrees of motion from just this pretty simple mate is the cool thing about ball joints, and that's why I like them so much, because you can just do so much, and then especially if it has a nice tolerance, you can do a lot of posability. And so like things like figures, and in this case this cute little mini keychain, can be dynamic in its posability and the niftiness you can do with it. So yeah, but it did take some time just to the fact that my tolerancing was a bit off. That was the second print that I did, and as you can see with the first print, while the head is there and it fits and rotates, it just comes off super easily. Like, it's not even mating entirely. It fits the joint. It's a ball joint, but it's not something that locks. Whereas with this one, I mean, I can just fadangle it right in front of you, and it's not coming off. I know you can kind of see like a bit of a glint there. I did have to lube it up because while it is staying in place and the ball joint is locked, I did have to lube it up to be able to put the ball into the receptacle. So the good thing is that it's not coming out. The bad thing was putting it in did take some time just to finagle. I was like, oh shoot, did I make it too tight for the tolerance? But luckily with as they say, with a bit of lube, everything goes well. I think some things I would want to improve on with this would be maybe trying a tighter tolerance than I did, so that way it can kind of hold the position, or maybe changing how the entering chamfer I put in is, so that way it can enter in without needing lubrication. and I can instead just plop it in, and then the friction from the plastic on plastic would be okay. But yeah, and then also, you know, with it printing this way, you can kind of see the lines going up on the there. This keychain ring isn't actually like solid. It broke off. I did have to like glue it back on. So I would definitely find a way to print it like this way with the face, so that way, while this, you know, the lines will be coming this way, at least this keychain is rigged to be able to print. Not to mention, when I was doing the CAD software, I put it all in one part. I should have done it in assembly, because editing each of these features to adjust it for the fit was kind of annoying doing it in a single part. But I was like, oh, I'll just, because at first I thought it was gonna be simple, but then I made it a lot more complex, because I was like, oh, this would be fun. I did enjoy this. I mean, he got the long head, but it's cute. I like how it, you know, it poses around and it's happy and smiling. So yeah, I've been enjoying, you know, how it's been receiving for Project A, and so I can't wait to do more. And yeah, I this is hopefully going to be a bit more concise, so that way, you know, I kind of practice on brevity. I did actually make an outline for this video, so yeah, practicing is good. It's helping me figure things out. I feel like I talked a little bit better, and this is still the first take, so nice. That's it. I hope this is a shorter video. If it isn't, whoops. But yeah, I'm hoping I can practice my brevity and, you know, only make it longer if I decide to have more things to share. I mean, I do have my keyboard parts. They're all there, so I'm actually going to be working on that. I decided I'm going to record it as I'm working on it and just see what happens. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Next week is letter C, so I guess I will see you next time. I think they hated that joke. Also, see these To be fair, every time y'all see me, I'm like, it's my weekend fit, and I always wear like professional clothes, so I always look like a fucking child when I'm on my weekend. I'm like schoolboy type beat with this shirt tucked in, shorts out kind of thing, and also like hair down, goofy.